Roger Balin was a very wealthy businessman in the transportation industry who had a dream of collecting the finest pre-war automobiles in the world, restoring them and placing them in a dedicated museum for the world to enjoy. The Balin car collection started at the peak of his success in the 1950s. He had restored Roadster that he would enter in some high-class car shows, and his love of fine automobiles only grew from there. Over the next few years he had acquired over 120 very rare and sought-after cars. Some of the cars even had some incredible histories associated with them. One of the cars, Talbot Lago T26 convertible, was formerly owned by the Egyptian king Farouk. Another car, the Ferrari 250 GT, was featured in many Hollywood films with actors and actresses such as Jane Fonda and Shirley MacLaine. The entrepreneur never expected his wealth to expire and his businesses to fail, but sadly that's exactly what happened. He was forced to sell half of his collection and halt the restoration of the remaining automobiles. The other half were stored in purpose-built structures surrounding the family farm. The Maserati pictured above is one of only 3 in the world. He was very proud of his collection and made sure that each vehicle was very well documented to preserve its history. Sadly, his passion for these incredible vehicles was not completely shared by his son, who let the world forget about this collection of rare cars. Roger Balin passed away some time ago, and his son passed away early last year, leaving this collection with an unsure fate. Balin's grandsons were notified that they had some property and assets that they had inherited. They arrived at the family farm and their jaws hit the floor. They had no idea the collection still existed and was simply handed over to them. They were in over their heads and had no idea what to do with this collection. The 2 grandsons contacted Arcurial Motor Cars and requested them to come place a value on these rare automobiles. The assessors showed up and were in shock. This was like walking into heaven for any car enthusiast. They found vehicles that they had only heard about but never seen in person. After working their way through the various barns and outbuildings, they estimated that the grandsons had acquired a collection worth upwards of $15 million. One of the specialists stated, "These sleeping beauties are clothed in the precious patina of time gone by." A collection like this can't fail to arouse the passions of those who love automobiles, as well as art and history enthusiasts. Never again, anywhere in the world, will such a treasure be unearthed. Each of these cars have a unique past, making them special. They were all thought to be lost and forgotten until now. A collection of the rarest cars in the world, and the grandsons didn't even know they had it. An incredibly rare Talbot Lago T26 hardtop. This is one of my all-time favorite cars. Pictured above is a Talbot Lago T26 convertible. This car was previously owned by Egyptian King Farouk. The grandsons don't have the time or know-how to restore all of these pieces of art and have decided to let them all go to auction to find the home and care that they so deserve. All of the vehicles combined are expected to bring a value of over 12 million euros, or just over $15 million US. Arcurial Motor Cars is scheduled to have the Balin auction on February 6, 2015 at the Retromobile Salon in Paris, France. I'm not sure I've ever seen so many exceptional cars together in one collection. Roger Balin saved these cars and succeeded in tracing the history of the automobile through the finest examples. Because the cars were stored in outbuildings and open structures, they do have damage. Some much worse than others. The cars that are unfit for restoration will be sold for parts. Certain cars, much like paintings or sculptures, are works of art, created by artists. Not only the engineering, but their styling reflects the history of design. Nature had been slowly taking over these vehicles, and some were completely full with vines and weeds. They were saved just in the nick of time. Matthew Lammer, left, and Pierre Novikov, right. These are the classic car experts who found the collection and plan to hold the auction. You can tell by the smiles on their faces that this is the reason they got into this business. Talk about a once-in-a-lifetime find.